And here at the end of the 20-town Festus Tiger Town Invitational with Festus senior Drew White, who just got in one race today in the 1600. Tell me, you said it was probably December when you wrapped up your college decision to run at Mizzou. Tell me what that process was like and how it was nice to have it off your shoulders, that decision, after pretty quickly wrapped up.
Yeah, it was a long process, and it's always tough to make that decision. It's I mean, you're going to be there for the next 4 or 5 years, so
yeah,
it's a tough decision, and you just want to take a lot of time in it. But yeah, I made mine fairly early. My decision fairly early. You know, I liked everything Mizzou had to offer. Coach Halter, the head track coach, and Joe Lynn, the new distance coach. They seem like they're really working towards becoming a high-power distance team, so that really intrigued me, and they're having a great recruiting class coming in with 18 guys and some really high-power talent, so I think we have good things for the future, and we just have to keep working at it, and I'm glad to be a part of it. So. And
probably also nice being, obviously he's probably not there as in the full head coaching capacity, but Coach Bingley's still around as a volunteer assistant, and both of your parents ran for him at SEMO, so I'm sure a familiar face to be around. But tell me, you said you didn't run U.S. Cross, but ran a pretty good, you say 2 mile down at Kentucky indoors?
Yeah, it was a true 2 mile. I think my true 2 mile split was like a 9:24.
Okay.
But I think that equivalent was like a 9:20 or 21. So
3,200.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that. I would have liked a little bit faster, but who doesn't want a little bit faster?
Sure.
But I was looking for like a 9:15 or so. But yeah, I was happy with that. We had really good competition, and they just kind of ran off and left me. I just wasn't ready for the speed of that yet, and they had indoor seasons and stuff. So yeah, it was a great race and great experience, but it was a little cold for the track.
Yeah. Oh, it was
cross country.
It was freezing.
I kind of just reserved my energy for the track.
Yeah. Did you go up and watch it all?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
It was just, I didn't want to even hang around. Really.
Yeah.
It was just kind of, it was cold. I didn't really want to get sick. So.
Well, you'll have to hope. Don't know what your birthday is. If you'll still be a junior technically next year and be able to run that and try to make the junior U.S. cross team. But it was neat seeing Bryant Blahnik, Mizzou redshirt freshman, who was 10th and almost made the team. But tell me, are you healthy after Kentucky? Did you have a pretty good winter training?
Yeah, I had a few little things, but it seems like I always have a few little things on the off season.
Yeah.
But yeah, the off season went fairly well, winter training, and so I'm pretty confident about this year. This season, I'm just training through a lot of the smaller meets.
Sure.
And focusing on the bigger ones. So.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a great season, but you never know what's going to happen. And it's senior season, so you got to wrap it up good. So.
Right, and a pretty good field for the 1600 today with you and Scott and with Brandon and Billy and a couple others. And I think Billy pulled away. Second lap you took the lead, and then he kind of took from them about 500 meters to go.
Yeah. When I sort of made a move at like the second or third lap, I can't remember. I think it was third lap. I kind of made a move, and I didn't make it hard enough really. But I didn't pull away from him good enough, and so I think he had a lot more left at the end than I did. So the last 400, he had a great kick, and I was dead in the water. So I mean. I'm trying to work on the mile really, just because it's kind of something I've struggled with really, and trying to get into mile more. But I mean, I ran a pretty good 800 and I ran a good 2 miles, so I should be able to run a good mile, but I haven't yet. So. Well,
and again, that's the key, not to take the early season results too seriously. Most training should be focusing you for late season stuff, but. What you said? What's coming up? You said you are headed to Kansas relays.
Yeah, I'm going to KU. I'll probably be doing the 2 mile and the mile and 4x8 maybe, because if you win the KU mile, then you can
the Dream Mile. Yep, go to the Adidas Grand Prix.
If that was ever something that I could do.
Sure.
411 or whatever. But yeah, I have that, and then this Saturday, I'm going to Arcadia for.
Oh, nice! Out in California, huh?
The Invite 2 mile. So
great.
That'll be pretty interesting. I'm just going to try and hang with those guys. And,
who's going out there with you? Family or coaches?
Yeah, my dad and my coach. So, well, at least I think I'm going to that. I don't know after this race. I don't know if I chase, but I don't know. But I should be going out there, and so hopefully those guys can bring me to a really fast time.
Right.
Just hang on to those guys and try and stay strong in the last 2 laps. So.
Yeah, I think Jacob Boone, the former Lee Summit North state champ, is the only one that I've known that I think has been out to that meet probably 5 or 6 years ago and ran a really fast 3200 out there, or maybe it was a straight 2 mile. But tell me, look back, I didn't catch up with you after Nike Cross Midwest. Tell me a little bit about that. I know you had a great race and were in great shape. Tell me what your thoughts are after that.
That was kind of interesting. I was feeling really good, and it was a really windy day. It was like 35,
it was brutal.
40, 50 mile an hour winds, and maybe not 50, but it was pretty bad.
It felt like it though.
Yeah. And so at the mile mark, I took the lead and just kept going really. And I was out there by myself for about a mile and a quarter maybe.
Yeah.
Out in the wind, and that was a really bad idea. That wasn't my strategy at all. It was to kind of tuck and then run and finish strong the last like 800 to try and get a top 5 spot. But for some reason I didn't go by that, and I kind of let it, and then I think the wind caught up to me the last like 400 because I was in top 5 spot, and then the last 400 I got passed by like 16 guys, and then I'm getting 17s. But I mean, it wasn't a bad race, and I ran a decent race. But but I was pretty disappointed with it. So
sure at the time, but still, that's a pretty impressive finish. But yeah, those winds were brutal, especially a lot of those straightaways that just nailed you in the face. So, but. Well, thanks for a few minutes, and good luck the rest of the way, and especially if you make it out to Arcadia, and then hopefully see you in a few weeks at Kansas. So we won't press you too hard about any of your future, your goals for the end of the season. But I'm sure there's lots of fast times to come. So keep up the good work and stay healthy.
Thank you.
All right.